Welcome to my videos. So guys, today in this video, I'm going to describe why I selected Canada over Australia to stay permanently. Before I proceed further, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button right there. So guys, in 2015, first I got the permanent residence visa of Australia, and then 6 months later, I got permanent residence visa of Canada. So lot of my people, I would say, suggested me to go to Australia. But why I decided to stay in Canada, I'm going to describe. Because when it comes to weather, Australian weather, sunshine always. But in Canada, we have a harsh winter. Why I still decided to carry on in Canada, I'm going to tell you. So when I had got my permanent residence visa of Australia, I had a limitation, like it was 190 visa, state sponsored. It's like PNP in Canada. So I was limited to Victoria State in Australia for first 2 years after I moved. Then uh, I was already in Canada doing a job. I mean, I was in Canada on on a work permit then when I had granted Australian permanent residence visa. Now, although a lot of my friends were in Australia, and they were telling me to come over there and get a job because job market was good then. It was too much of risk. Like leaving a well-established job profile in Canada and going to Australia and start something from scratch. I mean, it was a difficult decision to make, and my Canadian permanent residence visa was in progress. So I was under the impression that because I have done nothing wrong, so sooner or later it will be materialized in my favor, and I'll be going to um I'll be go like I can get permanent residence visa in Canada itself. Other benefit I had, like I already had valuable Canadian experience of more than a year by then. So I thought if I go to Australia, like they would look for local experience in my profile, which I had nothing in Australia, like starting from zero. And in Canada, I had like significant valuable experience, and that could help me later in future if I want to switch or upgrade. Then also, like I knew many people in Canada where in case of any distress situation, I can seek help. But if I'm in Australia, new to a new country where I know no one, how would I uh, survive? To be honest with you guys, I did search some jobs in Australia, and I'll be very honest to you, I did not get any um, call back. The reason was simple. I was looking for a job from overseas. Why would they uh, offer me a job when they had so many talents available locally who can be a suitable fit for any job that I was applying? So, like I was evaluating both the options, and what I found is like in order to seek a job, probably I have to be in their country, and that makes sense. If I'm an employer, I would prefer to have somebody locally who I can see, who I can meet in person, who can understand better, rather than someone sitting somewhere miles away from my country. So this worked out in my favor. Like I decided, let's carry on in Canada. So after I got permanent residence visa of Canada later in the same year in the month of July, I had no point then. But to be honest with you guys, like I was really anxious that whether I will go to Canada or whether I'll go to Australia or I should stay in Canada because my permanent residence visa was in progress. And unless a decision comes out, you stay anxious. But when the positive decision was made on my application, that time I became so happy that yeah, I got my application granted. So now I'm all good. So that is the reason I stayed in Canada and I did not go to Australia. Let me know what you feel about it. Thanks, guys.